you put brass on your optic, have you taken the stickers off your optic, certain thing, add more stickers. Well, I did. 3D printing too. Stay tuned. Hey everybody! As you can see, NSDRC hat. Whatever side of his head is. In this video, we're going to talk about the optic a bit. I've done a few little things to it, and since the run video I did with the new electronics in it, and obviously the wheels and tires, well, I should say wheels and foams. The tires are the stock Yokohamas. First and foremost, these are great tires. When you first get them, like any tire, you got to wear them in, but they've got some really nice grip to them, especially when as soon as you put like a fusion in here, you just get that nice slow crawl going. These tires are just real nice. You know, it's no different with the Falcons. I've got the Falcons on this one and up there on Just Married, and the same thing. Vanquish is making some really killer tires. Very impressed. So just get that out of the way. What I have done is I've taken the center caps out. There's one sitting here. Yeah. These here. I did that because it is a pain in the butt if I need to take the tires off for whatever reason, or the wheels off, and I need to get to something. I gotta take all 6 screws out, and it's just more work than I really want to do. They look nice, you know, I'll give it that, but for the whole functionality thing of it, it just makes more sense to leave them off. It's easier, is what it is. From there, we'll definitely just go straight to the big thing on the truck, which is the Meus Racing H10 Optic H10 brass knuckles. I've never really run brass, not gonna lie. Brass came on the F10s I have, and I didn't want them because they're already aluminum axles, and that's not really a competitive truck. I just wasn't something I was totally in need of, we'll say. These are the sticker sheets, the sticker sheet you get. As you can see, there's a couple stickers I've already put on here, but here is what they look like. So this side here is the double. So you have the front like drag links or whatever, I think just steering link we'll call it. Then you got the servo link back here. So that's the double one right there. Really nice. I like the finish of them. Here is the, sorry, I'm trying to make sure it's in the picture. But there's that one there. Obviously this side is just the front steering. But very noticeable. You put your hand, try and balance it, and it automatically is definitely leaning. This isn't the way to do it, I know that, but I feel much more weight up front. Now, am I worried about Sorry, just have to keep an eye on that. It is off. I'm not worried about my servo. If I was running your typical run-of-the-mill Amazon servo, even the stock servos, just stay at that. I'd be worried. I think they would burn out fast. Maybe not break gears, but they'd be burning out. They wouldn't have the power. What do I have in this? I have the NSDRC Scale Parts RS500B. Is that the most strongest servo in the world? Not really. It's your budget servo. It gives about, I think with where I have it now, I'm getting somewhere around 500 ounces. That's not, maybe it's a little over. I should know this. Let's look it up, and I'll talk at the same time. So it's not your best comp type servo, strongest servo, whatever it is, but I've beaten on these servos, this one especially, for almost 2 years. Yeah, I'm going to say about 2 years. And it has not crapped out. Sorry about my language there. It has not given up. It has kept going. It has RS500B. There we go. I've never had an issue with it. It just keeps on trucking along. Again, have I run a lot of weight? No. But I have run them with aluminum axles. So they have the aluminum knuckles, not brass, but they don't seem to have any problems at all. Loads of power, loads of torque. At least for what I'm used to using it for. So at 12.6 volts, because this is a direct power servo, it's about 430 ounces of inches of torque. So it equals out to about a 31 kg servo. So you might be asking, well, what's the difference with Amazon servos or anything like that? When you spend the money on a good brand servo like NSDRC, they're built properly. What I've noticed with Amazon servos and your typical stock servos and whatnot, they get tired fast. Once they warm up, they start losing the power. They're not working like they worked when they were cold, or they're cool and everything like that. This servo, I can be out running for 2 hours on a hot day, and it's as strong as it was when I started at the end. Things will fluctuate a little bit. That's just the way things are. But it keeps on going without a problem. Am I going to put a bigger servo in this? Yes. Right now? Probably not. I'm going to put a servo in it. I haven't made up my mind on what one's going in it yet. But there will be a stronger servo in here just to make sure the brass not hurting that servo. It's going to just keep working, not be a problem. And for all I know, the RS500B will just keep going. I still highly recommend that servo if you can find them. I know they were sold out for a while, but it is a fantastic servo. So, I still stand by that servo. Especially if you're on a budget or whatever it is a fantastic servo. But yeah, so these are just amazing knuckles. Like I said, the last ones I had were brassy. Let's just leave it at that. Like, they were kind of uglyish and brass colored. We'll go with that. These, as you saw, you know, they've been I want to say that is, I can't remember the term for it. Apparently I'm brain dead today. Same thing they do with the rims. It's coated. So they look really nice. The shape, I like that shape. Really good shape to them. They fit inside the wheels extremely well. And I'm just running 350 hubs. I didn't want to run 475s. I wanted to run a, you know, is it tight? She's a bit tight, but it fits, no problem. If you want to run 475 hubs, like a wider hub, yeah, you know, you won't have to worry about it as much, definitely, but I like a 350, to be honest. The only ones I have that are 475 would be the ones up there. The ones from the KMC bullies that I got from BULLMAN built that have the machine face. Those have 475s because he sent me those, so that's what I use. One thing about 350 hubs, I'm a little close to the links. I will admit that. I'm definitely at full lock. We're hitting the links. Can I adjust that? Yes. Will I? I'll be honest, I don't know. I want to try and keep it as narrow as I can, so I don't really want to go to a 475. It's not really what I want to do. But, you know, will I adjust it on the remote? Again, I don't think so, because I'm not really going to ever... It's just hitting the links. And anytime I'm at this much of a lock, it's not going to be for that long, so it's not something I'm really overly worried about. But, yeah. So, the next run video will have the brass. Sorry, I'm still a little brain dead for some reason. Whatever sickness went through the house is just... It's done a number on all of us. But from there, I took the stickers off the roof, and I took the stickers off the hood. And I did my own little sticker collage setup on the roof. Obviously, we got Proline because it has the Proline scaler shocks, which work amazingly well. I've never not been impressed with these shocks. NSDRC, Meus, Vanquish, Mr. Wizard. Well, the servos was from him originally. But Colby's a buddy of mine. So, and to be honest, he has an amazing... I love his logo. So, it's on there. We got a little SPG. We've got my little logo there. Canadian flag, HobbyWing, because it's got the Fusion. Couple Scale Builders Guild bumper stickers. Big NSDRC. Just how I wanted to do it. The roof, nothing. On the inside, if you can I don't know the best way of... Anyway, up underneath is one of my big logos. I thought it would just be funny. You look up, oh yeah, look, you know, there it is. From there, what I did is I moved the fire extinguisher up front. I just got a Sharpie and colored it red, and then kind of sanded it down a little bit to give it a bit of a worn look. It works. And then from there, I printed the fenders. These have the louvers on the side. They're three screw pattern, 3 bolt pattern. Really like the way it looks with fenders. Especially, you know, you have a radiator down here, so it makes sense that you'd want to have, you know, some louvers in there to help bring air in. Now you might be wondering, why is there a propane tank there? Well, we'll get to that. So these fenders are really cool. These are from Cults 3D. I cannot remember the name of the guy who designed them, but they print really nice. I printed them first in PLA, and then I decided to dip my 3D printing career, we'll say, into, not career, but you know what I mean, adventure, into PETG. Much stronger for sure, and first print was this side, and it came out really nice. I screwed up. Might be that one there. Not 100% sure. One of them got screwed up. But yeah, I got a little carried away, and I took a little too much off, and it cut the top of the bolt hole off. But it's still on there. It's not going anywhere. I'm not really worried about it. Just got some washers, and it's holding it in fine. But the finish came out really nice for my ability with 3D printing. I'm not amazing at it, but you know, I keep printing things, and I'm getting better. But I'm really impressed with this PTG, and like I said, it came out really nice and smooth, you know. So definitely happy. Here's the other side. Again, that same nice, smooth. I did have an ironing setting on, so it did say that, or it did clean that up a little bit, I should say. But again, you know, really changed the look of the truck. And then, a few days after I downloaded these, I think I had to pay $1. Maybe these were free? I can't remember. I think they were free, actually. Then a file came up that I had to buy. I couldn't say no. The first print did not go... I had to print it upside down. And because of that, the top came out really bad. But everywhere else is fine. But the top came out horrible. So I messed around with my printer settings. Ordered some PLA matte black from the advice of the designer of this, who is, I want to say it's Jersey Crawler on... Let's take a little peek here. Where is it? Yeah, Jersey Crawler. Sorry, jerseyscaler. So I'll put his link down in the description. He's doing some really cool stuff for the Optic. He's actually working on another one of these that you're about to see, but instead of it being, well, you saw my first one, instead of it being like this, with this design, I've cut off the back side. Normally there's posts that go all the way down and it bolts to the side of the cage. This is for a 4-wheel steer option. So when people that go 4-wheel steer with their optics, they can put this on and it covers up the servo. I made a comment. I was like, hey, what if you did a full size, a full scale one? And I think he's working on one of those. I'm not 100% sure, but I kind of hope he does. But here is what I printed. This is the Honda. This is just a the filler cap that was sitting on the Feels Tell that was back here. So I glued it to this part of the motor. A lot of VTEX from certain type of manufacturer. Generally right in the middle on the, so if you're looking at the motor, the back side of it on the valve cover, there's usually the oil filler cap. So I tried to mimic that by putting that there. A little bit of scale realism sort of. How this one mounts, normally, like I said, there's 2 posts that go down the motor and mount to the side. You can see where my finger is, side up in here. There's a cross brace on this truck. You take that out and they mount to that. In the print, somewhere along the line, the mount that goes, because it's like a whole, the 2 mounts and then a whole pile of supports, and then it starts doing the motor above the supports. Somewhere on the line, one of those mounts didn't print right and it snapped. But it just, the whole rest of the print was fine. And I was kind of bummed, and then I was like, well, hold on. I think I could fix this. So what I did was, you can see up in here, you'll see a black plate up there. That is the bottom side of the fuel cell. I screwed that up in there, so it's not going anywhere. And then you screw the motor in to these 2 back screws here, that you see there. So I've screwed the motor in there, and now the motor, it's not going anywhere. It's in there. There's a little bit of movement, you know, whatever, but it's fine. And now it's in there, and it looks great. It just adds that perfect amount of scaleness for me. The propane tank acts as a fuel tank. I've seen a lot of the full size, like, you know, rock guys, the Wee Rock full size stuff. They're generally running on propane, so they'll have like a propane tank, and I've seen a lot of the scaled We Are Sea Rock builds. There'll be a propane tank. Well, I have a couple of these, and I thought, well, I'll just stick it down there. There's a hose that comes off and runs down there, and it's just, you know, pretend like it's going to the motor. It's got your 4 exhaust stacks going straight up, and I printed the little air filter in like a purpley blue green material that I have. It's like a multicolor material. It came out really nice. I really like that stuff. It's like a silk or something like that. So it came out super, super nice. I've got it in there to add some color to it. And then again, the jerseyscaler, what he mentioned was you get your grub screws from pinions and you screw them into the head. There's 4, there would be 1 right here, but I have the filler, the oil cap there. So I just have 4 pinion grub screws in the head just to add that little bit of extra scale effect. So, you know, just another one of those really cool things to do. And I don't know if I ever know it, but I did put the, I don't think you can see it, probably not, the shifter is in there. So I changed out the top of the transmission and I put the shifter cover on. But it is such a different truck. That is the one thing I have to say. Like, even just having the better servo and a fusion in there adds such an amount of, it just completely changes it. And then you know, I have not run with the brass yet, but you have the metal wheels adding a little bit more weight. And I put different shocks in it. And this truck, you know, as you saw in the run video, it's a completely different truck. It just crawls up everything. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with this. I am super happy with this truck. Very happy I bought it. And we're just going to keep doing bits and pieces to it. It's pretty well done now. I'm going to put a better servo in it for sure, but it's pretty well done. Or not a better servo, but just a stronger servo, we'll say. Probably an RS 800 or something like that. Maybe a 650, who knows. But definitely one thing that's going to come probably next year. Maybe like January or so. I'm looking at the H10 or the Meus cages. All machined. So it's sort of like how the Ripper was in a sense. Like all machined, not welded. Super clean. They're a little pricey, but you're paying for the quality. Much like Vanquish itself. So, you know, I have an opportunity to, if I have to buy it, but to do something with a PureTech cage, and I'm waiting to see what people are saying about them. I haven't heard anything super great yet, so I want to see what people are saying, and that'll kind of, because I love the look of a welded cage. I really like that. But if it's going to be an issue and I'm wasting my money, I will spend the extra money to have a properly machined cage. But that's, you know, that's not right now. That's for another time. We're not worrying about any of that right now. Anything else that I have that I need to talk about? Not yet. That is going to be a build series, by the way, so a little hint on what's coming with that truck. But other than that, I'm sorry about the printer sounds. I know you're probably hearing it quite loudly. But I'm printing a toothpaste brush holder. Yes. Anyway, we're just going to end it there. Thank everybody for watching, and remember to go check out NSDRC scale parts. Link is in the description. And don't forget to check out Meus Racing, the really nice quality stuff. And also the link will be in the description for jerseyscaler, who is also on, I don't know if that's his name, but he's on Cult 3D. So I'll give you the link for the motor and his Instagram. But other than that, it is getting hot over here because that is pumping out heat, and I'm slowly leaking sweat. But thanks everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Oh, like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot. Hit that little bell. It'll let you know when I do a video. Thank you again, and we'll see you in the next video.